Hi, welcome to Pro Study Zone and the Defense. This is the fourth topic of the Indian Yearbook. The government of India is responsible for ensuring the defense of the country and every part thereof. The responsibility is discharged to the Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense was created after independence under Cabinet Minister. Each service was placed under its own Commander-in-Chief. In 1995, Commander-in-Chiefs were renamed as the Chief of the Army Staff and the Chief of the Naval Staff and the Chief of the Air Staff. A Department of Defense Production was set up in 1962 to deal with the research, development, and production of defense equipment. A Department of Defense Supplies was created in 1965 for planning and execution of the scheme for import substitution of defense requirement. The Raksha Mantri Defense Minister is the head of the Ministry of Defense. The post of Chief of Defense Staff was created in 2019. Chief of Defense Staff. The post of the Chief of Defense Staff is the rank of 4-star general with salary and prerequisite at par with the service. Chief was created in 2019. The government has also defined his role and responsibilities. Another department, Department of Military Affairs, was also created within Ministry of the Defense. Operation Sadbhavna. The army undertakes a unique human initiative in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh to address the aspiration of people affected by terrorism. The aim of the Operation Sadbhavna is also to supplement the efforts of the government in restoring public services, rebuilding infrastructure, and creating a conducive environment for the development. Contribution to the United Nations peacekeeping. Despite operational and international internal security commitments, the Indian Army has been significantly contributing to the United Nations peacekeeping mission and is the second largest troop contributor in various United Nations missions. Currently, 4 United Nations peacekeeping missions contingents of Indian are deployed around the world. Since 1915, Indian Army had participated in 51 United Nations missions out of the total 71 United Nations missions across the globe. Commissioned rank. The following are the commissioned rank in the three services. Each of the rank is shown opposite its equivalent in other services. In Army, Navy, and Air Force, General in Army, Admiral in Navy, and Air Chief Marshal in Air Force. Lieutenant General, which is equal to Vice Admiral for Navy, and which is equal to Air Marshal. Major General, which is equal to Rear Admiral, which is equals to Air Vice Marshal. Brigadier, which is equal to Commodore, and which is equals to Air Commodore. Colonel, which is equal to Captain, which is equal to Group Captain in Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel, Commander, Wing Commander. Major, Lieutenant General, Lieutenant Commander, and Squadron Leader. Captain, Lieutenant, then Flight Lieutenant. Lieutenant, then Sub Lieutenant, and then Flying Officers. Training. A large number of training institutions in the defense sector work in coordination with one another, while some institutions train personnel for the three services, Army, Navy, Air Force, and some cater to the training needs of the individual services. National Defense College. The National Defense College is the premier training institute of the Ministry of Defense, which has established a name itself as a center of excellence on the matter pertaining to national security and strategic studies. College of Defense. College of Defense Management is the only tri-service training institution in the country which imparts defense management education to senior officers of the three services, paramilitary forces, officers of Ministry of Defense, international participants at conceptual, directional, and functional levels. National Defense Academy is a premier right service institution which trains cadets of all the three services before inducting them to their respective pre-commissioning training academics. Military Institutes Technologies. Military Institute Technology is a tri-service as training establishment since 1952 which conducts courses for India and international military officers and DRDO scientists. Sainik schools. The Sainik schools were established as a joint venture of the central and the state government. These are under all over the governance of Sainik School Society. At present, there are 33 Sainik schools located in the various part of the country. After the success of the pilot project for admission of girl cadets in Sainik School, Chinching Chip, Mizoram, in the academic session 2018-19, the government has decided to admit girl cadet along with the boys in all 33 Sainik schools in the country from academic session 21-22. 27% of the reservation for OBCs non-premier in admission to Sainik schools have been approved from the academic session 21-22. Rashtriya Military Schools. There are 5 Rashtriya Military Schools in country at Belgaum, Bengaluru in Karnataka, Chail in Himachal Pradesh, and Ajmer and Dholpur in Rajasthan. There are CBSE affiliated. These are CBSE affiliated fully residential public schools which function under the aegis of Ministry of Defense. Rashtriya Indian Military Colleges was established in 1922 with an objective of providing necessary preliminary training for boys of Indian birth or domicile wishing to become officers in the armed forces of India. Ministry of Defense has proposed to allow girl students to be admitted to the Rashtriya Indian Military Colleges and Rashtriya Military Schools. This proposal is to be carried out in 2 phases. The first phase, girls will be allowed to take Rashtriya Indian Military College entrance examination scheduled in June 22 for entry into Rashtriya Indian Military College's term for starting January 1, 2023. With respect to induction of the girls, Rashtriya Military College, 10% of the total vacancy in each school will be reserved for girl candidate for entry into class 6 from the academic session 2022-23. This was the defense part of the GSS core. The next will be law and justice, which we will be doing in the